Good morning. As Rick mentioned, our sponsors and our trustees really go above and beyond. If you have attended other conferences like this in the past, you know that this one is extremely affordable, and the whole reason for that is because of support from our trustees and sponsors. So when you see those companies throughout the day or around town, please thank them on our behalf. We should also thank Mount St. Mary's for hosting our conference for the third year in a row. This is a terrific facility, so please give them a round of applause. And the Mount staff works really hard, and we take over their entire space for the day, so please thank them if not before. As Rick mentioned, our breakfast is from Roy Rogers, and we had accommodations for our visiting presenters provided by Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott, another Plumbundon company. Our coffee and tea is from Baltimore Coffee. We have bottled water in the lounge area provided by Costco Wholesale, and we also have some fruit and snacks that are provided by Sam's Club. When your box lunches arrive later today, you will be very pleased with them. They're from Pretzel and Pizza Creations. They're going to be available at noon in the lounge area. And then after the conference, we will be going to Uno Chicago Grill for a happy hour. And they've let us know that if you purchase an adult beverage, you're going to qualify for a free appetizer. So please join us over there. I think things will start around 3:30 in the bar area. Jamie Turner from Turner Photography will be here later today photographing some of our sessions. And Zeke Changuris is in the back videotaping a few of the sessions today. And Virginia Kane will also be capturing photos and video, so smile for the camera. Our presenters are listed in your conference schedule, and you can learn more about them in our printed event program. All of them are volunteers, and we really appreciate their time and expertise. Most of them are here already, so if you're presenting today, can you please stand? We'd like to give you a round of applause. Thank you. If you've ever presented at something like this, you know how much work it is to prepare for it, so be sure to thank your presenter. We also begin planning for this conference months in advance, and we really count on our planning committee to help us choose topics and tweak the format of this event and improve it every year. So if you were on our planning committee, please stand so we can give you a round too. Nobody wants to admit that they were on the planning committee. Well, they're listed in your program booklet, so they will not remain a mystery for long. A few housekeeping items. All of you should have received folders, and it has a custom schedule in it. So if you forgot what sessions or what box lunch you signed up for, it's listed on that sheet. We've also included, as I mentioned, a program with information about all of our presenters, and we also have a sheet with instructions for connecting to the wireless internet. Has anybody had issues connecting to the Wi-Fi this morning? Okay, it turned out, in case you're in the same situation I was in, I had to open my browser and then try to go to a different web page. Once you do that, it brings up a screen where you accept the terms and conditions of using the Wi-Fi, put your email address in, and accept. So that should work, but if you have trouble, just ask someone at the front desk or find a chamber staff person. There's a yellow-colored sheet at the back of your folders. That is your evaluation form, and we would like feedback on each session you attend. So you'll want to be completing it throughout the day, and then you'll have an opportunity to turn it in at the very end of the closing session. And in order to be eligible for a grand prize drawing, which is Super Mario prize pack with a Nintendo Wii, you have to turn in, you have to turn in your evaluation form. So that's a little incentive for you to complete it throughout the day. If you're looking for classes, all of the signs are outside the classrooms, so you should be able to find your class that way. But again, ask a chamber staff person if you're having trouble finding your way. If you're looking for a restroom, you'll want to go out of the classroom, make a left, and it's all the way towards the back of the building, and to the left you'll see signs for the men's and women's rooms. Fire exits, you can go out the way you came in. There's an exit in the back of the lounge area, and I think there are a couple classrooms that may have fire exits as well. If you are looking for an outlet to charge your electronic device, all the rooms have a lot of outlets. Most rooms also have a few surge protectors and power strips in them as well, so you're welcome to use those. Hopefully some of you brought your own as well. So if you're running out of juice, there should be plenty of places to plug in. All right. So how many of you completed our social business survey online? I know a lot of you did. We received 130 responses to the survey, which was a joint effort between the Chamber and Frederick Community College. We collected responses over the past couple months and promoted it in our email updates and via social media. So I just want to very quickly run through the results of that. We will put, if you're having trouble seeing the slides, we will put the slides online as well as the complete results of the survey. So you can have all the data you'd like. A little bit about the people who completed the survey as far as their roles in the workplace. A lot of owners, executives, managers, and marketing and communications. There were a lot of people who chose the other option. They were nurses or in healthcare, technical positions, editing, publishing, IT, retail, education. There were a lot of students, retirees, and unemployed people. So that was the reason for the large number of other that didn't fit in the categories we'd specified. As far as age groups, fairly representative. You can see that over half of the survey participants were under 47. And we also asked where people use the internet. And not surprising, again, there are no surprises here. Most people use it at home. A lot of people use it at work. You'll see there's a lot of smartphone and tablet use, which I bet a year ago would have been much less. So it'll be interesting if we do this survey next year and see how much those increase. We also got a few responses from people who use it in public places, cafes, libraries, and other devices like in their car, Blu-ray players, etc. This is our first prize bomb. Princess Peach is going to hit you with a Super Mario t-shirt. So, yeah, you're supposed to catch it, but that's okay. This one was sort of a surprise. We will have 5 more prize bombs coming up. So this will help you pay attention during all the statistics. All right, how often do you use the following devices? Again, not really any surprises, but you can see that people are using their smartphones just as frequently as they're using their desktop computers and laptop computers, which again, I think that this is definitely showing a trend, and I expect those numbers to increase next year. 63 out of 130 people who took the survey responded that they cannot live without their smartphones. How many people can't live without their smartphones? Yeah, see, I think the statistics are accurate there. We got another prize bomb. Raise your hand. All right, so what we really wanted to find out with this survey is how are people in Frederick County using different types of information, and where are they looking for information about local businesses and community information. So I think this is a really interesting one. Most people are going to search engines, and again, you'll see at the bottom the 0 is never and the 4 is daily. So we asked everyone to rate how often they're using each of these things and took an average. So that's where the numbers come from. When you see the complete results of the survey, it'll make a little more sense. But search engine use is the highest by far. Word of mouth is really important. I expect some of that's online. A lot of that's in person and at events like this. Local radio stations, people listen to those frequently. Newspaper websites edged out newspapers in print. So again, it'll be interesting to see next year if there's a larger separation there. And then social media was the sixth highest option for getting local information, and there were a number of things, including TV stations, email newsletters, blogs, that ranked lower than social media. 64.8, so almost 65% of people use search engines every day to find information about local businesses in our community. So I'm sure you'll hear the words SEO and search engine optimization used in presentations today, but it's more important than ever. Another prize bomb. He didn't even have to work for that. All right, so how often do you engage in the following activities online? We're really trying to get to the meat of social media and what are people doing when they're using social media. Viewing photos was the highest selection, which I thought was interesting, and we're all visual people, so that makes sense. I know a lot of people who have joined Facebook just because they want to see pictures of their family and friends. Social networking, very close second. Watching videos seems to be increasing in popularity. Searching forums and help sites, a lot of people use those. People are sharing their own photos in addition to seeing other photos. And then reading customer reviews. So I don't know if Shashi is here yet, but his session later today will be talking about creating a review cycle for your business online and how to use that to your advantage. Almost 61% of people surveyed use social media sites every single day. Wouldn't it be great if our iPhone had those 8-bit graphics like the old school Mario games? Another prize bomb.
Anyone interested in the back? No?
Okay, so some questions about using social media at work. This one was, are you permitted to use social media at work? Most people said yes. Just over half of people said yes. Some people have no restrictions. Some people have some restrictions. 29% of people still are not allowed to use social media at work. And then there are a lot of people who just aren't sure. The ones who replied other were overwhelmingly self-employed, unemployed, or retired, so this question didn't really apply to them. How many of you are allowed to use social media at work? I expect this will be much higher given the topic of our conference today. Good. Okay, now this is another important one. Does your company have a social media policy? Over half said yes, which is great. 22% said no, which is not good. And I think even worse than saying no is not knowing whether your company has a social media policy. 26%, so over a quarter of people are not sure if their company has a social media policy, which might explain some of the sticky situations that come up, and you'll hear more about those if you're in Amanda's session. Does your company offer social media training? Now, all of you here will say yes because you're here at our conference. A lot of people are participating in in-house and internal training, which is great. The off-site conference and seminar, which is what this is 25% of people are doing that, and a lot of people are attending webinars as well. Prize bomb.
Anyone else in the back? Ready?
We have one prize bomb left, so stay alert. So how often, we want to know how people are using social media for business and for professional development. So we asked them what sites they're using. Facebook was, not surprisingly, the first one. People are using email newsletters for professional development and promotion. LinkedIn, Google Plus actually edged out Twitter in this survey, which I thought was very surprising. And then YouTube was the last one in our higher ranking media. Almost twice as many people were using Facebook daily for business compared to LinkedIn, 26.4% versus 14.1%, which I think is surprising. Everybody thinks of LinkedIn as the business network, but not as many people are using it for that as they're using Facebook. Last prize bomb.
No one seems anxious. I'm afraid if I raise my hand, she'll hit me.
Okay, so I put these charts together because I think they correlate very strongly. So in 2012, how much time will you commit to using social media for business? And then almost the same types of responses for what type of return do you see on your use of social media for a business. So the people who are seeing response, who are seeing a return on their investment, are going to commit more time. The people who are not seeing that return are going to commit less time. The neutral or no return is still, it looks like they're still at it, but probably just going to keep plugging away the same amount of time. And then I think this is the most interesting slide of all, because it's what is your or your company's primary goal for using social media this year? We only let people choose one thing. Most people said collaborating and connecting with other people. The second highest response was promoting a product or service. But if you look at the two lowest responses, researching a purchasing decision and finding stores and service providers, those are the people that the people who are promoting a product or service are trying to reach. But guess what? Nobody's on social media to do that. They want to collaborate and connect. So there's a huge disconnect there. And I think you'll hear from a lot of presenters today who are going to be talking about creating engaging content, connecting with your audience, using every aspect of your business on social media to provide great service to your customers. And I think that that's going to help close that gap. And maybe they're online to collaborate and connect, but you're still going to be able to promote your product or service anyway. That is it for our slides. There's still plenty of time to network, get more coffee, have some breakfast. Our first sessions start at 9:15. Thank you.